What's up, everybody? Welcome back for part 2 with my man Mike. This is the Next Level Teaching podcast. I know I switched it up. Tori was like, hold on now. What happened to the chop? Next Level Teaching, all that good stuff. But I'm here with my co-host, Tori Rodriguez, a.k.a. T-Rod. What's up?
Hi, Bo.
You ready for part 2?
Yes, I'm ready to hear about some of that, like self-care.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, your girl been working real hard on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm ready to hear some more about that.
Yeah. For our faithful listeners and viewers, last week Mike was with us. This is part 2. It's weird because he's still with us, but we only gave it to you in pieces. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep you coming back for more. If you're on Instagram, it is bearded@bearded.school.counselor. At bearded.school.counselor. Michael, put that up on the screen, you know what I'm saying, when you're doing the edit. Yeah. Great. So, Mike, let's pick it back up. Tori, take it from there.
Yeah. So, I think we kind of ended last time with how we had your wife on before. Yeah. And
she's amazing, by the way.
Yes.
But you already know that.
Yeah. That's why I married her. Come on now.
Facts.
Smart man.
Facts.
Smart man.
What do you do?
But how you have held her accountable at times with stepping away and being like, hey, it's time to go. It's 4:00. I need you to step out the building. I know that you are working, but you need to take some time for you. Because I think as teachers, first off, let's be honest, it is our identity, we feel like.
Right.
Yes.
Right? And so it is who we are, so therefore that's all we're ever going to do.
Right.
But we know that that's not healthy.
Right.
So speak to that a little bit and help remind some teachers about that.
Well, as you were saying, I kind of was laughing to myself, probably visibly laughing too, because we just had a conversation today about that.
Look at her, she ooh.
See, I think the thing about it is the reason why my perspective on self-care is probably so different is because I'm not a traditional educator.
Yeah.
Right? So I got into mental health first. Getting into mental health, understanding the connection between stress and, medical ailments is imperative. Understanding that when we continue to put our bodies under stress, like the stress of jobs, like it's different when you're doing stress of working out. Like, it's like no pain, no gain. But when you're doing the stress of constantly putting things on your plate, that's pain.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And what that can do is that can lead us into these medical situations where now we have this particular diagnosis.
Yep.
Now we have, this going on, that going on, health is failing. And I've always said, for years, God forbid something happened to you in your school, they will mourn your loss, and they will advertise your job
and
the
they
next
will replace
day.
you.
Yeah.
Man,
they will take the name off your door, and they will advertise for your job that same day.
Yeah.
That is so scary, but so real.
It is. Yeah.
So I think I understand that.
Hold on, but then but we can't replace you.
Right.
Yeah.
So they replace your position.
They replace you, but your family.
We can't.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your family gets nothing besides a nice speech. They might get, they might have like something that they do in honor of the person, but there's nothing.
Let's stay here for a minute.
Yeah.
Because we had a few, maybe a month or so ago, we had a guest on tour. You probably remember her. And she was saying she took a whole year off.
Yeah.
Because she was like, man, my husband needs me. My kids need me. I got a grandbaby now.
Right.
I'm feeling like a shell of myself running on fumes. She was brave enough to take a whole year off. And I thought me and Tori were looking at her like Marvel, like, wow.
Yeah.
Because she was brave enough
to do that.
And she was able to get past the guilt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that guilt. So I wanted to stay in that space with you, Mike, because in case there are some educators, and we already know educators are some of the most selfless people on planet Earth, which is why they work so hard and get paid a fraction of their worth.
Yes.
But what can help them overcome that guilt is the raw reality that if something happens to you, if you have a heart attack or a stroke, God forbid you pass, that school will replace you. They're not going to say, okay, kids, you got to redo this school year. They're going to have somebody in there teaching those kids, but you can't be replaced as a parent. You can't be replaced as a child. So for those teachers who are listening that feel like, I don't know if I can take, no, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And you need it and you deserve it. I just had to highlight that, man. That's real, bro.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off of what you're saying, the irony of it all is most teachers go into teaching, going to the education profession, because they're some of the most selfless, caring people. They have some of the biggest hearts. So it's like they have such a gift, and then the curse of poor self-care that comes along with it.
Right.
It's like this in one hand, this in another hand.
Yeah.
So that's why educators have the biggest problem managing or even like creating a self-care plan, because they have such big hearts and they're always giving to everyone else. So when you give to everyone else, you have nothing left. So you just sitting there like just kind of like on fumes, and then you just, you're filling your bucket up, your self-care bucket up with other school things. So all your relationships, school, everything is school. The events that you do is school. Your administrator comes and asks you to do this. You're like, oh yeah, because I wasn't doing nothing on Friday night anyway.
Right.
So
everything's school. The person that you married, school.
And that's not. And I'm not, I don't want my teachers to feel like they're being beat up on.
Hence why I'm single.
But know that your administrators, they know that too. So I'm not going to, point the finger at admin for asking, because they have a job to do. If you can help them, you're going to say, of course they're going to ask you to do it. You said yes to the last 3. I'm going to keep going to the well until the well's dry, right? So I'm going to keep coming and keep asking. So
let's be honest, though. That is also, so my best friend just posted this on Instagram, and I immediately thought of it, because let's be honest, this is also the United States, though. She posted, it says, European out of office. I'm away camping for the summer. Please email back in September. American out of office. I have left the office for 2 hours to undergo kidney surgery.
And we'll be back.
But you can reach me on my cell phone at any time. As Jeremy sits here on his phone doing work.
No, I'm writing that down, because I'm going to have to re-put it on my page.
I mean, that is the difference, though.
Yes.
And I think that we have to, we can sit here and kind of laugh at, Spain and Mexico with their siestas.
Yes.
But dang, it's for a reason.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Most certainly is.
And think about who is it? Sweden. That they have this amazing. Their healthcare is amazing, and their teachers' pay is so amazing. But
Canada
their teacher
too.
burnout is not nearly what it is. I mean, we have to just talk about that too.
And I think when educators say, you know what, I'm going to start valuing myself. I'm going to start taking care of myself. I'm going to start appreciating myself. I'm not going to feel guilty about it, because I know that the burnout and the depression and the anxiety is going to come.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go through a season of choosing me and make sure I have some things in place to safeguard myself, to protect myself, to take care of myself, so I can come back and be stronger for these kids.
It's not
but it
selfish,
calls for somebody to be really disciplined. And I feel guilty. Tori, before you came in the squad, 2018, we did a 1 million teacher campaign. I traveled like never before to reach 1 million teachers, speaking in schools all over, right? And with that campaign, we also sent a bunch of people on vacations.
The cruise.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I would show up at the school, and I would
I missed it.
I would have all these amazing educators get nominated, and I would fly in. I'll show up at the school with a big jumbo check. And one time I wore a Batman costume, and I was like, "This is a costume. You the real hero." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
folks crying
dope. That's dope.
But what we celebrated, and I feel guilty. I'm just going to be transparent, right? What we celebrated was teachers that went above and beyond and selflessly gave themselves.
Yep.
And I feel like, man, I'm realizing now next level teaching isn't just saying I'm going to show up and go above and beyond and let myself go. Next level teaching is saying I'm going to give you the best I have, but I'm also going to be balanced, and I'm going to be disciplined, and I'm going to take care of me.
Right.
And I don't know if we necessarily, and we didn't celebrate the overworker, but we did celebrate those educators who went above and beyond.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like if we're not careful, because I don't want somebody listening to feel like, man, if I'm going to be a next level teacher, I need to leave. You got to take care of yourself.
Yep.
And that's just like what I posted a little while back, but you guys reposted it. And it says, can we replace the Perfect Attendance Award with Kind Kids Award already? And I think it goes for teachers as well, because I would strive all the time to have this perfect attendance as a teacher, because I get 3 jeans passes if I have perfect attendance for the month. Why I got to get jeans passes just for having perfect attendance?
Right.
You know, like, why can't we? Coming to school when you're sick and need a mental break doesn't deserve applause. Including others, sharing a lunch with someone who's hungry and not bullying others absolutely deserves recognition.
Right.
Like, where's that energy?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's vacant. And I think until we have the fundamental understanding that prioritizing yourself is not selfish,
yes,
we're going to keep hitting the same wall over and over
again. Say that again.
Prioritizing yourself is not selfish.
Facts.
It's not selfish.
It's selfless, actually, because then you're able to pour into people more later.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Self-care is the best health care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah, and self-love is the best. It's the best love that you can love yourself. When you love yourself, you're a better person. You feel better. Now you can do more. But I think the problem with a lot of our listeners that's listening and watching right now is that discipline factor. I'm sure they're all thinking like, yeah, they're right. I deserve better. I should take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how do you structure your day? How do you structure your time? Are you disciplined to go to bed at a certain time and wake up at a certain time? Are you disciplined enough to tell your kids, not right now, or your spouse, not right now? I know you be having to try to beat your wife off. You're like, honey, no, not tonight, honey. I need to rest.
She just pointed at him.
I need to rest. I need my sleep, honey. You feel me? Jeremy said take care of me, but I'm saying, though. But I mean, really, like, discipline with all of that, like setting boundaries.
Yeah.
To really say, I really want to stay, because I'm next level, so I want to be here for the kids. But no, I'm a next level, so I'm gonna go home for my kids.
Right. Absolutely. It's the discipline, and it's also, I always say, and even at my school, anyone at my school that's listening, they will know I'm definitely not an underachiever. But I'm not.
You ain't finna break your neck.
Right. Yeah.
He like, I ain't no C student, but ain't nobody tripping to no A+.
So my thing is, like, I can be competitive, but for me, it's kind of like one of those things to where earlier on in my career, and I think I know I was taught and poured into by some of my professors at Clark Atlanta, and they taught me early. It's work smarter, not harder.
There it is.
So
That's what
for
Daddy
me,
says.
sometimes the ability to be able to say no. And that's one of the hardest things that teachers can say, right? Because you're so used to saying yes. Oh, sure, yes, yeah. Because your heart is big and you want to help and you're kind and you're all those things. But sometimes you say yes to a detriment.
Yes.
And just being able to say no, I always tell people, once you say the first time is always the hardest, as with many things in life.
And then afterwards it feels so good.
But after you say it that first time, it comes around again, and you start thinking about it, you're like,
then you start putting a P in the end,
nope.
with it, like, nope.
And that kind of trickles into, okay, now instead of walking out with the janitorial staff at the end of the night,
you walking out with the kids.
Yeah, the last bus left, I'm gone. I'm out. So what it does is it just does so much for you, because you're like, man, it's still daylight. What? I can do something now. Like, I can go for a walk. I can go run. I can do all these different things. It just opens the door for you.
Right. Yeah.
But to your point, as far as being able to be disciplined with your schedule, if you're a person who I know, because I've heard Tori say it before, the calendar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to put yourself down for an appointment. Mm-hmm. Being able to do those things, scheduling yourself instead of someone else. Whatever it is that you're into, whatever it is you like to do. But if you're disciplined and you're a calendar person, that's what you do. Being able to do that and block aside that time for yourself. Yeah. Like, you have to be, if you're disciplined with everything else, why can't you be disciplined with that?
Yeah. That's
it's a mindset shift.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And I think it's hard sometimes because we feel like we have all of these gifts and these talents that we've been given, right? And we're like, but I'm good at that. So why wouldn't I say yes to it, right? But one of my favorite authors and speakers, her name is Lisa TerKeurst, and she has a book called The Best Yes. Okay. And it is all about, okay, this is a good thing, but is this God's best, right? Like, I could say yes to this and it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but is this the best thing for me to be doing right now? Is this really what I want to pour my time and my energy into? Because there's only so many things that you truly can say yes to. There's only so many hours in a day. And so you really do have to decide, it may be a good thing, but is it the best thing for me to be doing? And that's not always easy to decide, but it's something you have to really take time to think about and figure out, who am I? What do I want to do? What am I trying to accomplish with my life? What are my strengths? Right? And how am I going to use those best?
Right. And I mean, not to get into, of course, I'm a counselor, got to get into social emotional learning, right?
Yes, please do.
And we've talked about that for students. That's been like the big wave for like the past 2 years, definitely. I know within my county, it was a big push this year for, this past year, sorry.
Tell them to holler at our next level students curriculum.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tell them to holler at it. Yeah.
So for social emotional learning, self-awareness, being aware that, okay, I'm about to hit this wall. Like I'm tired, I'm coming home, I'm drained, I'm exhausted. I'm falling asleep on the way home from work because it's dark out. It was dark out when I left in the morning. Like all those things are classic signs that, okay, I need to do something different. This is not working. Those are all signs, classic signs that I'm about to hit the wall, and I don't want to hit the wall, so I have to change something. So now being able to be aware enough to know what I need to change. What can I prioritize and take off my plate? What can I do differently? How, if admin is coming to ask me to do this program, okay, if you wanted me to do this program, and sometimes I think I even heard Tori say during one podcast, being voluntold.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm voluntold, okay, if you wanted me to do this.
What you going to take off my plate?
Exactly. And when you tell admin that, they may feel a way about that. They're gonna feel a way about that. But if they want the best version of you, they're going to adhere to that, and they're going to take something off your plate, or they're going to move on to the next person that wants to step up and do more leadership stuff.
And then you can't be mad and then say, they don't value me. Well, you didn't say no, so do you value you?
Right. If you don't value you, how can you expect anyone else to value you?
And I felt that, because I imagine some educators is probably thinking like, well, they don't care about. Well, you could have said no.
Yeah.
And if you so we trying to listen to me. We ain't trying to have y'all run about the classroom now, turning your notice. But we are saying it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence.
Because honestly, as you're sitting here talking about like. As I was driving in, it was dark, and as I'm driving home, it was dark. And I'm thinking, there's so many times that I've done that. And I know that this year I really haven't gotten, or not this year, sorry. My mind is still in this COVID year. Last year,
it's going to be like that for a while.
I know,
COVID's gonna
really.
It's like a cloud just kind of hanging.
But I really didn't get sick because I was wearing masks all the time, right? And B, I was leaving my laptop home. Right? Like I only took it home on the weekends as a just in case we shut things down, and it stayed in the trunk. I know that's a joke, right? Let me laugh real quick. I'm so funny. Wishful thinking. But I think about previous years and how the only time I ever got sick, and I say this all the time, I don't get sick from germs. Your girl got an immune system like nobody's business because I'm around all the snot all the time anyway. When I get sick during a school year, it's because I have run myself ragged.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting here running myself ragged so I'm not missing anything for kids. And then I end up having to take days off
and
anyway.
miss things for kids.
Yes.
And miss things for kids.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're going to do it somewhere.
Right.
How do you want to do that? Make a choice.
Right. Yeah. And to your point, when you were saying, like, as far as being able to value yourself, and, they don't value me. They just came and asked me. You didn't say no. On the flip side of that, for my overachieving teachers, you can't be mad if they, you say no and someone else does it and they get the shine that you kind of wanted to get for doing it.
Oh, yeah, you tripping if you doing that.
You said no. Right. Like, you said no. Like, be okay. Be okay with that. Yeah. Don't then try to swoop in and say, I made some time over here and I can. No, it's okay.
It's okay to not do everything.
Be okay with not doing everything.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. On that note.
Yeah.
See you next week. No, but that's real. Right. No, but that is real. And so Man, that's heavy. We got rapid fire for you, man.
Yeah, but we got to have you back at some point because this conversation has been so good. And I think we do, as teachers, need that constant reminder of taking care of ourselves. Because just like your wife was saying, we have to speak that over ourselves to remind ourselves. And sometimes we don't speak that over ourselves, so we have to have someone else do that for us. And apparently that's just where you come in, honey.
Yes. And then for educators that happen to have children trying to do that balancing act, we got 4 of them. So, we can talk about that too.
And it's possible. Y'all got peace. Y'all got joy.
Yes.
But it didn't happen naturally.
No, it took work.
You have to be intentional about it. You have to prioritize. You got to be disciplined. You got to use that calendar. You got to schedule it. You got to set boundaries.
Yes.
Because you deserve it. And from that, y'all's marriage is stronger. Individually, y'all are stronger. Your kids are happy and healthy.
Right.
And you're still able to add the value.
Yeah.
Look, if they can do it, y'all can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for this rapid fire?
I think.
All right. Let's go.
This part.
Let's go. 60 seconds.
All right. Go.
No.
All right. Which one do you prefer, cake or ice cream?
Cake.
Okay. One has to go, ketchup or mayo?
Oh, easy. Mayo gotta go.
Okay. One has to go, Prince or Michael Jackson?
Whoa.
I'm sorry, but Prince gotta go. Man.
Okay.
He was thinking way too hard about that one, I feel like.
Gotta go.
One has to go, Christmas or your birthday? Ooh, the Lord's or yours?
That ain't even fair. There you go.
My birthday.
There you go.
My birthday.
Texting.
But then you just disappeared.
Yeah.
I know. Now you're not allowed no more.
Texting or talking on the phone?
Texting. Oh, wait, they have to go. Which one do I pick?
Depends
Which
on
one do you
who it
pick?
is, though,
I pick texting.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Which one would you rather have, invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility.
Oh, I don't know if I want that one.
Invisibility.
Okay.
Man,
I feel kind of strong, so low key, I'm like, hey, man, visibility be a little different.
Yeah, I'm used to being that strong guy, but I could disappear on your behind.
I can see some of everything.
Yeah, man, Mike, appreciate you hanging out with us, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
This has been wonderful. Thank you so
having
much.
me.
Yeah.
It has been an honor. Thank you so much for pouring into us and reminding us of how we need to talk to our students, but also how we need to talk to ourselves.
Yes.
Because I think that that's just as important sometimes.
It is. And I appreciate you guys for having this platform because I think educators, they need this. This is something that's needed. It's not something that, it's kind of a cool thing to do. No, this is needed. So I appreciate you both for having this platform.
More of it.
Everything that you're doing.
More of it.
Thank you so much.
And we hope y'all appreciate us.
Yeah.
And tell them how they can show their appreciation.
If you do, make sure to give us that 5-star rating. Also, don't forget to share this with another teacher.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be a teacher. Anyone that's in the education world, or maybe someone that's not, but still needs to hear this. Because there was a lot of good stuff that was said here that I think more than just teachers need to hear, honestly. So don't forget to share it with a friend.
Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
Yes. And even subscribe on any of the podcast platforms that you're listening to. And we will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye, guys.